Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Red Eyes Duelist, and before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get started with my deck profile. And I already uploaded this deck in Yugioh Pro, but I kind of wanted to explain why I chose the cards that I did. So let's get started. And first, we're gonna start off with 3 Danger Bigfoots. This card is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. One, because it's really strong and looks pretty cool. And this is this card will help you OTK. Let's say you don't go into your links or anything like that, your extra deck, you can still win without them. So, and if it's discarded, you get to pop a face-up card on the field. So, 3 is good. Next, 3 Danger Thunderbird. This card is I also like this card too because it's strong. It's 2800 and it has a strong defense too, 2400. So if you bring it out with Danger Tsutsinoko, I think it's my bad, Danger Jackalope. You just put it in defense and it's a big booty. So this card is really good. And also, it'll help you go into your rank 8, so that's another one. Next, the Searcher of the Deck, Danger Nessie. I run 2 because it got limited to 2 because just how broken it was. So 2 is a must. Next, Danger Mothman, because it's pretty much your Dark World dealings of the deck. And it helps. It's just if it lands, it's an extra body. You draw 1. If it doesn't, you still draw 1 and discard 1. So you can discard the card you need at the time. Like either it's to pop something, or if it's a Chupacabra to reborn another danger. So this card's really helpful. Probably the 3rd best danger in the deck. Next, Danger Chupacabra. I run 2. It hits the monster reborn of the deck, so you don't really want to draw into it too early. If you do, then I would just reveal this card till you summon it on the field if you don't have any dangers in your graveyard. So 2 is good. You could put it down to 1 if you want. Next, Danger Jackalope. This card is really good. It lets you special summon a monster in defense position if it gets discarded. So either way, it's another body on the field. Next, 2 Danger Tsuchinokos. Again, it's no matter what, it will summon itself on the field. So it's probably one of the best cards, one of the best dangers, and it also got limited to 2 along with Jackalope. Next, another card I really like. We're going into the Dark World monsters. It's Grapha. Now this card is really good because if it gets discarded by danger effect, you can pop any card on the field. And I think it's without targeting. Let's see. Yeah, it is targeting, but it still destroys any card on the field, either trap or monster. I really like it. And if it's on the graveyard, you can reborn it by bouncing back a danger back from the field to your hand. So that's why I like it. I like to loop it with Bidge, Vanguard of the Dark World, because if it gets let's say you have Graphon in the graveyard and this card gets discarded by the effect of a danger, it'll summon itself out on the field, and then you'll use Grapha's effect to bounce this back to your hand, and then you'll reborn this card, and then let's say you have other monsters, you could either link it away back in the graveyard, and if you have another danger in your hand, and this card gets discarded, you could just use its effect, Grapha's effect again. It's not a once per turn, so you could keep using both of these over and over again. So that's what I like to do. and it'll help you go like into your links, and like it'll just spam the board with like links and XYZs and all that. So okay, next. Okay, that's that. 3 Grapha. And it's level 8, so that's another good thing about it. Next, the Searcher of the Dark World engine. Snow. So 3 Snow. 3 is pretty good. I always go into either search out. Yeah, it's good. Like, you've run a good amount of dangers. I mean, Dark Worlds in this deck, so 3 is a must. Next, a really good card in the deck is the Bidge Vanguard of the Dark World. Again, like, you can combo, like, you just keep looping it with Grapha, so that's what I like to do with this. Like, you summon it, goes back to your hand, reborn Grapha. Let's say link it away for something. Just try discarding it again, or use up your normal summon to get on the field again. Bring it back to your hand. So bring out Grapha one more time. So it's really good. And that's okay. Next, 2 Brow Huntsman of the Dark World. This card's good. If it gets discarded by a danger effect, you could just draw 1. So it's good to dig deeper into your deck. So I find 2 is good. And next, a really important card in the deck is Cosmic Cyclones, 3 of them. And I know you can use trade-in to discard like a level 8, like let's say Bigfoot or Danger Thunderbird. But the thing is, if let's say this deck loses to Mystic Mine, so if they have Mystic Mine now, you can't use the popping effect, and pretty much almost your whole deck is dead. And you have no out to the Mystic Mine, so 3 is a must in this deck, because until they ban Mystic Mine, you could play the pure monster version of Danger Dark World. You probably take out all the back row hate from this deck. So 3 is, for now, it's really good. Like, you really need it, because this deck will lose out, like, hands down to Mystic Mine. Next, because you do run a lot of darks, and it's easier to fill up the graveyard, I'm playing 1 Beginning of the End. And the reason why I'm playing 1, you could bump this to 2 if you want, but I keep seeing this card in my beginning of the duel. Like, I don't know why. So, no matter what, I keep seeing this card. So, I decided to run just 1 Beginning with the End, and it works really good. Because once you fill up your field, you used up every card in your hand, and you fill up the graveyard, which is easy to do. You just flip this up and you just draw 3 more cards and continue going. And pretty much when you use this card, it's pretty much game. Your opponent will scoop or you'll OTK them, because you'll go through more than half of your deck. You can't do it in 1 turn. So 1 Beginning of the End. You guys could use 2. Maybe you guys have better luck and not see it so soon. So 1 for me is good. Next, 3 trade-in. This card is really good. You can discard, let's say, Bigfoot, Thunderbird, and get some 2 draws and pop a card face up or down. You can also discard your Grapha, but you won't get its popping effect. But you do get it in the graveyard, and that's where you mostly want Grapha, in the graveyard. So 3 is good, like, just to more draw power and dig even deeper. So trade-in is a staple in this deck. 1 Card Destruction. This card is really good in this deck. You refresh your hand, and you get to activate every Danger and Dark World effect in your hand. So this card could really come in handy, and it can win you games. Next, another good card is 2 Dark World Dealings. Sometimes you don't want to risk using Mothman and discard a card you don't want to. So you get to choose what card you discard with Dark World Dealings, and you get to search it out with Snow. So this card's really good, and activate any danger or Dark World card in your hand that you need at the moment. So 2 is good. Like, I like it. You could take this out if you want, because you do have enough draw power in there. But I think this card's really important. Next, a really good going first card is 2 Danger Zones. Like, what I like about this card is that, let's say your opponent makes you go first, and you could set up your board, some negates. Also, you can search this card out with Nessie. Search it out with Nessie and set it. And let's say your opponent is, setting up their board, and that you have a Danger Bigfoot or Grapha or anything in your hand. You can flip this card, Bigfoot, Grapha, or Thunderbird. Just disrupt their plays, mess with them a bit, like try to make sure they're not gonna go with their finish their combo. Just mess up. It's good to mess up their turn. So I like this card a lot. Danger Zone. Not a lot of people play it, but I really like it. And you get to, fix your hand a bit. So 2 is really good. Next, let's go to the extra deck. So what I play in my extra deck is 1 Borosword. As if this deck didn't have enough OTK power, I like to make sure I finish my opponent off. So Borosword is good. It did win me a few games before. So 1 is good. And 1 Boroload Dragon, because your opponent sometimes will have a card that's untargetable and you can't destroy it. This is when Boroload comes into play. He will take your opponent's monster and next turn you send it to the graveyard. So this card is really good to just get rid of some of your opponent's monsters. Next, the Wee Witch. This card is just needed because you need the arrows for now. But once Master Rule 5 comes out, this card will probably be out of the deck. You won't need this anymore. So 1 is good. And just in case your opponent is playing like Darks also, you don't want to power their Darks up too. Their Dark Attribute monsters. So just a generic Be Caught from the Underworld will do. Just to go into your... just for the arrows. Generic arrows. Next, the Danger Package. Nightmare Cerberus. Nightmare Phoenix. And Nightmare Unicorn. So it's pretty much a staple in every deck. Next, I like to play the Dingirisu, Orchestra of the Evening Star. Just another way of outing your opponent's monsters. Like cards are untargetable or they can't be destroyed by anything. This card just sends them, just banishes it without target. Next, number 22 Zombiestein, one of my favorite monsters. He's just another negate, rank 8. Next, you guys could take this one out, but I just threw it in there because I thought it comes in handy, just in case your opponent has like a Ghost Ogre or something in their hand. I like to play Outer Entity, I can't even say that, Nyrla, and Outer Entity Azathoth. These 2, you go into this first, Outer Entity Nyrla, and then Azathoth, and just stop them from using any hand traps. You could take this out because this deck doesn't really... Ash Blossom can't really stop this deck because you could just keep revealing the reveal part of a danger. It's not once per turn, so you keep doing it after they used Ash Blossom. So they can't really stop the dangers from going. Next, number 101 Silent Shark or Arc. Yeah, Silent Honor Arc. Look like a shark at first, but it's just a level 4. It's just a rank 4. And you could just take a special summon monster your opponent controls in attack position. So it's a good card to get rid of some of your opponent's monsters. You can just take them. Next, Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. He's a good card. He's just a good way to like just out again other cards. Like he just banishes any card on the field, or he could get stronger, or he gains the ability to make like attack twice the next turn. So you never know. And he's a link 3, so it's really easy to go into. Another good card OTK would like bring on the field for your OTKs. Next, number 106, Giant Hand. He's a rank 4 negate during either player's turn, so if you go first, you could just bring him out. Next, number 38, Hope Harbinger, Dragon Titanic Galaxy. He's a staple in every deck that spams level 8s. You know, if you want, you can bump this up to 2 because it's a really good card. I kind of will put 2 in this deck. But that's about it. You know, you guys could mess with the extra deck however you guys want. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and you guys have a good day.